Greetings, travelers! I'm running a little bit behind, but I'm getting set up here. We're going to be doing the stream for Better Than Minecon. Sorry for the little bit of delay. Had some issues with Twitch getting started. I just got to get Mumble loaded so that we can be in the voice chat, and I'll be with you momentarily. Let's see, White Dwarf. There we go. And I am in Mumble chat, so let me get that going as well. Why is it? Oh, I'm still muted.
So, how is everyone?
I am doing wonderful. Alright, can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
Alright, let me tinker around with Mumble's settings. It seems to want to stay on all the time. Alright, there we go. That should work now. And where did you put me, Ace? There we go. Where is Kate? I pretty much know what I want to do. I'm just waiting for Nick to say he's ready. Oh, I know what that is, and I don't want to touch it. Hello, everybody!
Oh wow. What killed my client this time? Again.
Nick?
Yes?
I'm just checking. You're just standing over here like a statue.
No, my client crashed. So I will be gone in a minute, I guess.
So, do
Just
you...
teleported away and again casting air to backpack.
I just got
Playing
your...
copy girl.
That's funny, because I just got your, whisper.
Your whisper?
You whispered hello to me.
No, I did not.
R.H. Nick whispers to you, hello?
Nick. Maybe Nick or Niklas, but not Nikki.
Oh. Oh, that's right, this isn't... Yeah, Sergeant Ace, that's you. Well, I'm looking for Sergeant Ace. Let's put it that way.
No, I'm not Sergeant Ace.
Oh, sorry, I'm not familiar with all the voices yet. That's my bad then. And hello vlog channel on YouTube.
That's okay. Just...
There's going to be a whole lot of new voices, I'm sure, that I'll be hearing for the first time today.
And probably for the last time as well. Maybe.
I was going to say, I don't ever count that out. Apparently, he wants me in a different chat. Oh, I got moved. Hold on a second. Oh, I see what happened. Can somebody move me out of the better than positional audio and into the White Dwarf chat? Because it's not letting me.
Not really.
Those are dangerous, dangerous things down there.
Can you check out?
Sorry about this, guys. Some reason it's putting me automatically in the positional audio, even when I tell it to put me in the White Dwarf. Alright, one moment, guys. I'm going to have to restart my client because Mumble is being a brat. So I'll be back in a moment.
Tapey, tapey, tape.
Whatever.
Tomato.
Great writer, try speaking now.
I am speaking.
Okay, great writer, I added you to the free roll list because your Mumble link is not working. If I see you speaking outside of this panel, I will be mad. I'm adding you on a trust here. Please don't destroy that trust, okay?
Oh, I don't have a problem with that. I just want to get in the White Dwarf.
Okay, right, that worked. That's fine, okay. Just, yeah, don't use Mumble outside of the talk. Thank you, bye.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Chris,
so
are
great.
we
Now
the
you need
only
to go
ones in the splatter
into
zone?
your configuration panel,
Say that one more time.
the
Chris, I
configure
think
menu
we're in the
on
splatter
the
zone.
client.
The other people are sitting way too far in the back for my comp. Something's going on here.
I should be
Nothing
in
can go wrong
shortly. I'm
from
just
seeing it
waiting
from
for the
real.
mod pack to load again.
And then
What
go
did you
into
say?
settings in Mumble,
Okay.
shorts,
Okay.
add, function as whisper/shout,
Okay.
channel target, current, and modifiers ignore positional audio, and then set a shortcut. That way. Or wait, you don't have positional audio anyway. I don't know, do it anyway.
It's apparently not finished loading because it's not giving me it as an option in that shortcut list.
Can everyone hear him fine, as if he's not using positional audio?
Yes?
Loud
Yeah, I
and
can
clear
hear
way in the back.
Yep.
I can hear.
Yeah, we can all hear him.
Same here.
Excellent.
God, the person in the back was so quiet.
So why is the text so small?
Resolution isn't changed.
Lights!
Oh my god, the light! My eyes, they're burning! I think the title has shrunk a bit.
Now, what happened to the computer?
It shrank.
I guess this is what you get when you put a lot of modders into a server. It all breaks instantly.
Yeah, I did have my mic all the way turned off. Bjorn.
Great. Okay, so... Are you almost in?
85%, so yeah.
Oh god, I didn't mean to show them how to do that. Oh god. I'm sorry.
Okay, so we're gonna get started. I am Nick. I am the CEO of Resonant Host. We
Hi,
are the ones that
Nick.
are hosting Better Than Minecon. And we're going to have a panel on stuff about hosting a server in general. So this is Great Orator. He is the pack dev of Tolkiencraft.
Yes, hello.
And
The one that just left?
Yeah, it just apparently kicked me, so I'm trying to get back in. There we go. Alright, there we go. Just waiting for the world to finish loading. But hello, everybody!
No.
Hello.
Or as I have people refer to me all the time, greetings, travelers!
okay, so
So...
Alrighty. So where do you want to start, Nick?
Right.
Since you already did the introduction.
trying to figure out how to use this monitor.
Well, while he's trying to... Oh, wait. Maybe? Was that a yes or no? Or accident?
That's broken.
And thank you for the follow, Sergeant Ducky. Okay, so I know that while he's working on the monitor there, we had a few things that we were going to discuss on basically modern Minecraft server hosting. The key points, since we already did the introduction, is the types of servers. Memory is not everything with running a server. And some of the tools that you will see or can use to help run or manage a server. We got the pictures going? Well, they're scrolling through. But there's three major types of Minecraft servers, modded Minecraft servers. You have Forge, you have Spigot, and then you have Cauldron.
So let's go over a little bit what each of those are. As you may know, Forge is pretty much a modding API of sorts. Allows mods to be loaded into the game pretty much. If you have the other stuff to add, great, while I try and fix this.
Alright, well, the two most common that you'll hear about are going to be Spigot and Forge. Forge, I think anybody that's played modded Minecraft at all should be familiar with Forge servers. That's, for me, is probably the easiest, the least bug-inducing method of running a server. Forge being primarily used as the unofficial API. I'll probably get shot for saying it that way for modded Minecraft, but it is the base on which pretty much all mods are written nowadays in order to run that server. Spigot, that's basically it's the successor to Bucket. It allows you to do plugins, which primarily are server-sided modifications to a Minecraft. You don't need that on both the client and the server to run, whereas with Forge you pretty much need the mods in most cases for client and server. There are a few exceptions where they're client side only. With Cauldron being the way that you kind of merge the two together. It's popular. It's used a lot for modded Minecraft. I know there's a lot of mod. Oh, go ahead.
For public servers, there is a lot of instability usually associated with it, and causes some issues for people. Lots of mod developers don't support it. However, it's a good way to use things that sometimes you need to use for a public server.
Now, I know on the Forge side there are some mods. One of them being, I just had a brain fart there. Forge Essentials is one of the attempts, and it's a very good attempt to replicate what is typically done on a Bucket server for protections, so that you could still stay with a pure Forge server, which would mean the least amount of incompatibilities with mods in a mod pack, let's say. There's also, was it My Town or Townie, that has also got a Forge version, which is for a lot of people the idea of having claimable chunks to build a town that you can have your own separate protections. One of the newer mods that accomplish that is done by a member of FTB, but it's FTB Utilities, that has a lot of those same functions for chunk claiming. Now, some of the general uses that you're going to want to have with those, they have their ups and downs on both of them. Obviously Forge, if you're going to do a modded Minecraft instance, you're going to need Forge. There's just no way around it. Spigot, however, you can run without mods. You can just, that's regular, typically vanilla Minecraft. A lot of your gaming servers that you see out there use Spigot or some form of that in order to have all those different games without you having to download anything to your client. Cauldron is most times used for servers, like Nick mentioned, to give you the functionality for protections. And for open servers, they use Cauldron a lot to help with town protection, limiting what people can do. You'll see different ranks on what you can and can't do on a server. That's usually handled through
as well.
that too. So, for using them, you have to decide what your purpose is for your server. Like in my case, I have a whitelisted server. I'm using Pure Forge. I don't need any of those other tools or utilities because I'm very particular about who I have join the server. So that's how I manage protections. Whereas if you want to set up something that's a little more public, have a lot of people join, you're probably going to want to go with using a combination of Cauldron and Spigot in order to make everything work and keep people from just coming in and literally destroying your entire spawn or everybody's buildings, however you want to do it.
So,
go ahead.
is there anything else that you wanted to cover?
Well, I was just going to say the economies, like you mentioned, is one of the other reasons. If you want to have something a little more robust for an economy, you'll probably want to use Spigot and plugins for that. But from there, I guess we can go into memory. You know, we said memory isn't everything, and I'll defer on Nick on this one. He has some very good points on why that is not what you should be focusing on the most when choosing or running a server.
So, as most of you hopefully know, if you have any familiar, if you're familiar at all with any of the larger hosts, they all charge by RAM usage. So, what, for example, makes somebody like GG Servers that runs, or that charges $3 a gig, compared to another host, us, say example, MC Pro Hosting, Creeper Host, or any other host, how do hosts compare when they all sell by RAM? And yes, very bad. But there are lots of things that go into how a Minecraft server performs. Great. Keyboard.
Sorry.
One of the major influences are disks. So something that you really should look at are whether or not it's SSD storage. RAM speed doesn't matter all that much. But disks, SSD storage is important, especially running a modded server. There's lots of reading and writing of a world. As well as you have to look at if they have backups or not. While many hosts advertise RAID, RAID is redundancy. It is not a substitution for a backup. You also should look at locations. If they're very geographically diverse, closest to you or the majority of your player base to have better latency. What their uplink speed is, because, you know, if you have a port speed of 100 megabits per second and the server is pretty full, that could quite easily saturate the port and make it so the networking is not as, how do I phrase it, good in general.
Congested.
You also have to look at processors. The other thing is clock speed isn't everything with a processor. There's a lot of other factors, such as how they turbo, how they do multi-threaded, because in shared environments, there are lots of servers to a core or to a thread, depending on the node configuration. And a server that runs, say, 2.7, 2.9 gigahertz clock speed might actually perform better than a 3.5 gigahertz clock speed because of cache, how many threads it has, and how loaded the server is.
Now I can attest to the location part. My whitelisted server has people literally from all sides of the earth. So when choosing the server that I use, I tried to pick one that would be, granted, you know, the U.S. is where the bulk of them, but the server that I chose, because of the people from, say, the UK or Australia, had to pick one that was not necessarily the closest to them, but had the lowest latency. And that's something you have to research, because a closer server does not automatically mean less latency. It has a lot to do with the network routing to get to that server more than the actual distance.
And the quality of the peering networks that the data centers and hosts have, what network routes that they can take can affect latency.
Right, so that's something that if you're going to go for a Minecraft host, you really want to do your research on the locations that they have they're hosting their data centers, and do a little bit of background on the type of routing for the network between you and where you feel that the bulk of your members for your server are going to come from, and try to find one that looks like the latency is going to be better rather than one that's more centralized, because that may not necessarily. Again, that's something you will have to research if you want to run a server. Now, some of the basic tools, unless Nick has some more he wants to add to that, I think some of the basic tools that anybody that's running a server is going to want. FileZilla, one of the easiest, one of the best FTP programs out there. And best is definitely subjective, but I say that because it's the easiest to use. A lot of FTP programs have a lot of different settings that they ask you about that you need to know, or that you don't necessarily need to know, but can easily confuse you. FileZilla makes it real easy. There are 4 boxes to fill in to connect to a server. And one of them you don't absolutely have to have unless your host says otherwise, and that is the host name, your username, password, and port. Port being the one that you don't always have to set up automatically. Now, from my perspective, there are some others that you'll see tool-wise, but these are more with the administration side of things. The ones I've seen the most, Multicraft, MCMyAdmin. And you'll see a few other custom ones that, honestly, if I were to dig in there, they're probably built off of one of those two for functionality. The general purpose for those things, they're just there to help you remotely manage your server so you don't have to go in through what's called SSH. And if you don't know what it is, be glad you don't need to know. But it's basically a way to help you manage the server, run, stop, kill it if you need to. You can usually, in most cases, even directly edit some of the configuration files through that interface rather than have to go into FTP. Both of them have their things they offer. Multicraft is more of a broad type of interface. It doesn't specifically say use this, Forge or Bucket or Spigot or any of those. It's more of a general running utility. It's pretty powerful from what I've seen and used. MCMyAdmin tends to be geared mostly towards Bucket servers. So basically like a vanilla server with plugins. It will run Forge, but it seems to be more to encourage people using Bucket and Cauldron. Do you have anything else to add with that, Nick?
No, but I think we have some time for a Q&A. If any of you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Yes, I'm sure we can arrange something.
That's awesome.
Well, it's not that I don't recommend SSH. I'm looking at it more from the perspective of the number of people that I've come across that are trying to run a Minecraft server. SSH takes a little bit of learning curve, and if you're really going to get serious into it, it is a very powerful method of running a server. I've done it myself. But just considering that the large majority of people may just want to set up a server for themselves and a few of their friends, that's a lot of work to get used to and to learn just to get a server. And that's why the panels like MCMyAdmin and Multicraft come in handy, because it keeps them from having to go to that level just to run a server for the friends.
The other thing is SSH access is very hard to secure on a shared user environment unless you're using VMs. So that's one of the main reasons why shared hosts don't have that protocol. To answer the question about why does our control panel not have built-in FTP like other server hosts, we disabled the web FTP client because there are several bugs with it, file corruption, as well as some security holes in it. We are looking into updating it to a later version here shortly, where we should be able to use it again.
And I'll interject on that a little bit. The business that I work in, and I won't give details, web-based FTP, please God, learn how to use FileZilla. Web-based FTP is not the answer. I realize that, just like I said, the web-based panels are good, so you don't have to learn SSH. Opposite on FTP. Especially with a program like FileZilla, that is going to be your better option. Web-based FTP, like Nick said, one of the biggest issues is upload time because you're using a web protocol to upload rather than just regular FTP. And you do have a lot more file corruption when you're using a web-based FTP protocol than an actual program designed to do it.
How do dedicated servers compare to a shared environment? It really depends on your use, how many players you have, your budget, what size of server you're running, as well as what kind of packs you're running, or if you're running vanilla spigot, etc. One of the main things is support and management and stability. When you go to a shared host, there is there's more management and support there if you don't know what you're doing with the dedicated server. And there's a lot of automation involved as well, so if you want to install a pack, you can just click a button and install a pack without having to manually go through all the steps. But it really depends on your use case scenario. But if you're going to go with a dedicated server host, make sure to choose a good one and not OVH. Cough, cough. Next question, or I think we skipped one about...
Yeah, they were asking about servers working in Europe. I can tell you, I do have some members on my whitelisted server that live in the UK and Australia, and they actually have told me they have a pretty decent ping to the server. So, if that's any indication, from what personal experience, they do seem to run very well, even from people overseas.
We do have a Amsterdam, Netherlands location as well. If you're from Europe, this server is in the US. So that might be something that you could look at for a metric if you're going to get a server with us in the US. But we also have test IPs for all of our locations. And I feel like I'm missing a point, but maybe not.
One of the other questions they asked, and you would be better suited to answer this, Nick, is do you recommend hosting a Minecraft server in a Docker container?
I don't know.
I could probably answer that.
Well, good.
It really, really depends on your use case.
So I saw another question, and I think I kind of want a little clarification, but yeah, somebody asked, what's your opinion on paid servers? Now, are you talking about, like, for running a server, or are you talking like Mineplex and those where you pay to play on those servers? And I think that was Yogurt4C that asked that question. Okay, so pay to play. They're asking opinions on paid servers like Mineplex. If it's done, I'm actually a fan of free to play. Outside of Minecraft, I play a lot of those kind of games, and I feel that it's something that, if done properly, is just fine. And by properly, I mean there should be nothing in the game that you can't get unless you pay for. Granted, the difficulty level for getting it in game, that's subjective. Personally, you want to try and balance it to, if you want to make money, people that are in a hurry to finish. But you should never have anything available on a pay-to-play basis, or as I put it, pay-to-win. It should always be on, you can get everything in-game that you can pay for, and vice versa. There should never be, if you want this item A, like diamond armor, I've heard a lot. You want diamond armor, you got to pay on the website. No, I don't agree with that. And I was very happy when the user agreement for Minecraft was modified to clarify that.
So now they can buy a rank that gives them diamond armor.
See, that's the same thing, though. I don't think that is something that should be done. You should never be able to pay for... now the diamond armor, however, now can you get it in-game? If you can get it in-game without paying, then I don't care. It's just like a gift. You paid for a rank, and here's a free gift, but you can still get it in the game.
I agree with nothing should be paywalled, but I believe that, especially with the cost associated and with how to run a server, being able to accept donations and give a physical, well, a virtual physical thing in game should be allowed, and it helps servers run. Also, to touch on whoever asked if they could get a discount, 25% off reoccurring promo code BTM, all caps, is now valid.
If I made the most extreme case of what you spoke of, I ever seen was a paywall on iron buckets. You can have iron buckets unless you pay for them.
Yeah, see, I don't agree with those. That's where I draw the line. Again, I will state that the only time I can see giving, because I used to a long time ago had joined well, I guess it's called gray listed server, and they had ranks, and if you ranked up, if you paid a certain amount, you would get a rank. To me, I was doing it because I wanted to support the server, but paying that money, I got items. They were some items that you could get in game, and they were usually end game items that it would have taken me a long time to get, but they weren't something that was blocked unless I paid for it. And in my case, I wasn't doing it for the items. I was doing it because I wanted to help the server anyway. But that's where I draw the lines. If you want to give items when you pay money, then those items still should be available in game for anybody that's doing it for free.
Yes.
Can I possibly chime in on that?
Sure.
I think Mojang stands as sort of you pay for the game and you don't have to pay for anything else, and that includes all the server space. And they want to make sure that, especially young people who obviously are the larger audience of Minecraft, don't run into the issue of having to ask their parents for money for something the parents don't understand necessarily. And I feel often that is more abusing that younger audience rather than actually providing them any benefit.
Well, and I agree, and those are the ones that are putting stuff behind a paywall.
Not necessarily.
The ones that aren't, those are the ones that I have an issue with. And that's what I'm saying is, if you want to say donate this money, we'll give you a title and these items, that's what I don't have an issue with. It's where donate this money to get these items, otherwise you'll never get them. That's what I have a problem with.
It's all opinionated. I mean, it really depends on your personal view. These are just our personal views.
Right.
If you donate and you get a reward, it's not a donation anymore. That's like exactly the same that's happening in... No, never mind, let's not go there.
Absolutely, this is definitely one of those subjects that could go on forever. And Nick, I think somebody was asking if you did trial servers, like they could get on for an hour, test the ping, that kind of thing.
We don't usually, however, I'm sure that you could work something out if you submitted a ticket, and we'll get you handled.
Let's see. I don't see, and I'm trying to catch up with it. I was keeping my text. Okay, so we have another question. What do you think about Minecraft Realms?
I haven't personally used Minecraft Realms, however, I don't think that if you're paying for something, you should be limited to only vanilla Minecraft. You can't use Bucket, you can't use Forge. However, it's a good concept as far as offering an easy-to-use, like, one payment option for a server without having to get into all the technical stuff.
That's kind of my opinion on the realms. It's just an easy way for people, again, that want to jump on, get with their friends on a server. In most cases, that probably is going to be vanilla. And Realms, I think, fits that niche. And I can't see Mojang ever expanding beyond to modded. Although I do know they have some game servers available where you can get some of the benefits of that if you pay for the servers.
As far as virtualization is the future, it really depends on the use case. Virtualization has a little bit more overhead than a shared host, especially if you're running a panel on each VM, and it again really depends on the use case. Yes, in the future I can see virtualization being the primary method, but right now I don't think it's the best.
Now, going with that virtualization, cloud computing is definitely getting huge. I know from the industry that I work in that a lot of the companies that we work with and partner with are working to that cloud model. Uh, I do think that as things move forward, you're probably going to see a lot of that. Even with Minecraft, is that you will just have this enormous cloud, basically, of Minecraft servers, and similar to instancing, I think. But that's probably a ways off.
I just realized another question that we missed about if we overload our servers. Not as much as a lot of other hosts. However, in order to keep the pricing model that is competitive, you have to do a little bit more than just, you know, for example, one thread to every person on a server. That's not realistic as far as pricing. But you know, there's hosts like I believe GG servers. They run E5 1620 version 1 processors. Those are either quad or hex core processors, and they run, I want to say, 128 gigs of RAM with around 250 megabytes of RAM to spare for the OS on a node. And that's how they get that kind of pricing model. But the problem is to get to a point where you can have no overloading at all is a very hard point to be at when the community believes that pricing should not go higher than, for example, $10 a gigabyte. Again, but that's why you get back to why RAM isn't everything. It's just depends, you know, I mean, that's why everyone does that. And there's not really a market for people that are willing to pay more.
All right, were there any other questions? And did you have anything else you wanted to add, Nick?
Not specifically. What do you mean, Mario Bros? You mean like a partner / sponsorship? Yeah, we have several partners. Great Orator is one of them. And just, you know, you can email me. I'll put my email in chat with a partnership proposal, and we might be able to work something out.
I suppose to finish this off, I can ask one last question.
All right.
How much dedicated RAM do you need to a server?
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
But the dedicated RAM. I'll leave now. Bye.
If you guys have any more questions, we have a booth. Our logo's out front. It's actually right by this this
Auditorium ship.
ship thing, and I know I'll at least be there for the rest of the day answering questions if you have any.
And you can hit me up as I wander around, because I'm going to show off all the different builds here while I'm streaming, so anybody that can't join the server can at least see what hard work everybody's put in.
Alright, thanks everybody, and I think that was it.
Yep, and thank you guys all for having us and coming to the panel as the lights go dim.
Woo! Cookies for the panelists. Actually, those are not cookies.
No cookies.
What about biscuits?
I want my money back then.
Popcorn. Take my popcorn.
It's like puffed up cookies.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, there's a lot of folks leaving. Looks like all.
And yeah, since the panel's over, I'm going to move back to Discord, Nick.
Yep.
There's all kinds of crazy things. So now that that's over, guys, we're going to go ahead and kind of tour. A lot of the mod devs have set up their own booths to show off and showcase their mods. And there was a couple when I was looking around the other day that were actually very, very cool. And I just have to figure out how to get out of here before I can show you. Ah, here we go. I think this is the way out. No, this isn't the way out. I have no idea how to get out of here, guys. I think we're trapped. Wait, I heard teleporting. Oh, maybe over here. Well, this will work better than anything. Oop, not inventory. I guess. Yeah, I think this is a safe route. And sorry for any lag. This is any server or map where you have lots of things that demand lots of rendering time. As you can see, the chisel mod is even represented here. We won't go in this building so much just to show it off, but you can see where they really kind of put all those different blocks that are in the mod to good use. Very beautiful building, actually. But some of the ones I really want to show you today are over this way. That must be that positional audio. That is a lot of energy. But I don't know. I'll have to see if Brandon can fix that. Those of you that are familiar know that Draconic Evolution is something as well. He's got the energy storage for Draconic Evolution. Oh, this is loud. That is the radio. So let's go to the mod list here real quick. Well, I don't want to stand around here too much because of content strike, so... Run away, run away! YouTube gets kind of picky on that one. I know where I'm headed, if I can get over there without hitting the music again. Was it that building? I think so. So, just to give you the highlight, the mod I'm trying to get over to is... Where'd you go? Matter Overdrive. I was playing around with that the other day. It is awesome. Really good for a high-tech pack, for sure. Then... No, not that one. Where did that... Can I go to... This will be faster. Where did he go? Was it here? No, it's under IO. Bear with me, folks. I'll find his spot. Just gotta wait for the map to catch up to me. No, that wasn't it. Maybe I went the wrong direction. Just don't want to be in the music. Nope. No more music. No, not there. Where the heck did he move to? As if he actually did the moving. I just forgot where it was. Alright, let's just look at the signs. Chisel. Chris, I can actually teleport you there now that we're not in the panel, so give me a moment to get over there. It's easy for me to get turned around in here. Oh, you're not? Well, if you want to watch in the stream, I'll show you. If you come in and you're at the central hub, which is this spot right over here by the Christmas tree. Let me get over there. Or actually, I should say you got to come over here first. So let me get over there. So there's the central hub. That's where you usually spawn in. Yeah, and then you just have to kind of follow the path past the Christmas tree. I believe this is for... I don't remember the name of the mod, but he's got tikis and all kinds of statues. I think it's Totemic is the mod. Where the heck? I wish I could find where that was. I really want to show you guys the Matter Overdrive. But I guess they also had a little bit of an issue earlier today, so they may have yanked him because of it. Nope, that's not where I want to go. See, I want to say that's it, but I know it's not. Oh. Back to the factory this way. Oh. You're talking this factory here? Oh, and thank you, Chris. Oh, I guess that's over. Other way. Oh, no, the brick one. That's Tinker's Defense. Okay, so... Which way, Beachbone? That way? Or that way? We'll just call this right or left. Alright, let me get resituated. Give me a moment here. Everybody's taking the guns, though. Oh. Okay, so you're talking about this factory right here. Correct?
Oh, yeah, it's, well,
No, that'll work too. Thank you. Figures. And this, folks, is why I use mapping tools, because I get so lost so easily. Anyway, this is the Matter Overdrive booth. Took me long enough. You can see he actually has it set up quite nicely, actually. But for me, being a sci-fi guy, as much as I am about fantasy fiction, the first thing that I noticed when I came in here was this. This is awesome. I so love the star map, and you can do all kinds of things to it. View. Here you go, quadrant. But yeah, I love that. But more importantly, it is weapons testing. Who has not wanted a phaser? And we're going to set the phaser to kill. Ha 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 ha. Or we can go with one of these. Sorry, easily distracted. Loving the guns. So anyway, yeah, easily. Oh, more stuff. Pizza candy. Oh yeah, but as you can see, we have booths for quite a few. Looks like Matraxis Vigil has set up her booth. Everybody loves Pam's Harvest Craft. I mean, come on. That's even in my mod pack. And how often do you get to see the mod dev herself on a server playing with her own mod? Hello, Batman! But you can see she set everything up. Alright, so now one of the ones that I've noticed around here used a lot, open computers. These things are amazing. Complicated as heck for me to have to learn, try to relearn. But, well, let's see. We have one back at our, well, I'm going to get distracted. So I'm just going to show you off some of the other stuff before we get back to the main lobby. But just, you guys should come by here. Is basically what I'm getting at. This is the Better Than Minecon 2016. AC put it all together. And it is, I mean, it's a blast. So, I put the information out there in a tweet. For those of you watching YouTube, you should see it in the comments. Let me paste that into Twitch as well, so anybody that wants to come see and visit everything. There's also panels. That website also has the schedule for the different panels and discussions that are going to go on. So I would really strongly encourage you guys to come by. If nothing else, it's just really cool to see the mod devs set up their stuff. And, like this one is the I forget what this is. This is one of the other Thumbcraft. And thank you, WeFin, for the follow. But see, you got cooking for blockheads here. Oh, I touched something. Didn't want to do that. But it's amazing watching all the stuff they set up. A lot of them have demonstrations on how to use their mods. There was one other one I may be easier to find. Just got to remember which direction it was. I think it was actually in here. Just give me a moment, double check. Gotta find the entrance. Maybe. I just got teleported. Sorry about that. This is a custom mod pack Batman. At the link that I just posted, there's the download. You have to be familiar with Multi-MC because it is a complete instance. So you would just download the archive, and in Multi-MC it has the option when you create a new instance to import from a zip file, and that's how you would add it. The mod in particular. And thank you, Venzler Gaming, for the follow. I don't want to come here. Why am I here? I did not ask to come here. I want to leave. I want to show things off. And good grief, it was hard enough to find my way out the first time. I will shoot my way out. But I can fly now. That's better. Okay, so find entrance here. Is this the spot? Oh my god, so much. So much FPS. No, this isn't where I wanted to go. So let's go back out. There's another one that had more machines. Did a lot of the 3D stuff, kind of like you see with immersive engineering. I think that was actually here. Ah yes, Magneticraft. Multi-block galore. Everybody that loves a good multi-block, you're going to love this mod. I mean, everything about it. Full automation, and it has several different ages, if I remember correctly looking at the mod list. But I also enjoy the shelving unit. It's like a chest, and depending on the items, will show the number of crates on that. But this guy, I'm telling you, he has done all kinds of multi-block models, and it is flippin' amazing. You got this refinery, oil distillery, even a pump. I mean, this is just... So yeah, you guys need to come down here. You need to take a look at all this stuff. You know, I can spend hours and hours showing off everything, but really, honestly, you guys need to come down. Better Than Minecraft 2016. The link, all the information you need is on the links that I've just put in the comments. And once this goes live on YouTube to watch over, I'll put it into the description. But you get, because this is going all weekend. This is January 2nd and 3rd. And you guys really should come down, take a look, check out which panels are still going to be coming up, and just tour around. I mean, this place is just, it's amazing on its own, but then to come in and be able to see all the different mods in use by the different people, it's great. So let me get over here, get back to my desk. Today's stream's going to be a little shorter than normal because this was pretty much the plan was for the Better Than Minecon. Just wanted to cover the panel and take you on a brief tour to encourage you guys to come by. And by the way, Resident Host Building, I help build for them. I'm going to take my seat here and say hi to Brandon, everybody. Poor guy's limited on his internet. And there is the CEO of Resident Host himself with his Direwolf 20, I mean Steve skin. And I think that's going to be it for today, though. I want to thank everybody that did follow. Bjorn, Sergeant Ducky, Chris, Weefin, and Vinsler, thank you all for the follows today on Twitch, and for anybody else that followed on or subscribed on YouTube, I won't see that until later, but thank you for anybody that did come by and visit, and you guys have a great day.